Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here to share my gaming review of this RedMagic 6 Pro. So for this video, we're going to be playing some games on this phone, but we're going to do something a little bit different here as well. We're going to be playing a little bit of PUBG and Genshin Impact, but in between both of these gameplays, we're also going to be running the Antutu benchmark. And since this one was the only one that survived that 3D Mark wildlife stress test from the other day, let's see if we can push this RedMagic 6 Pro to the limit. Here's the temperature of the room, around 25 degrees, but just know I will have the AC off while I'm going to be doing this gaming review and Antutu test as well. Let's have a look. So I'm going to have the CPU monitor in the background, and we're going to start by going into the RedMagic game space, and this is the first time I'll be running the Antutu benchmark. But once we're done with the benchmark, we're going to jump into Pubg Mobile. We're going to play for a little bit at max settings, then we're going to go ahead and run another Antutu benchmark, then we're going to go to Genshin Impact, and then wrap up the test with a third and final Antutu benchmark to see how this phone manages. So here we go, testing now on this RedMagic 6 Pro. Here we go. And there it is, guys, the Antutu score for the RedMagic 6 Pro, 813,000. Check the CPU monitor, 45 degrees, and measure the external temp, 40 degrees. So it's still staying pretty cool after the first benchmark. And now let's do some Pubg Mobile here on the RedMagic 6 Pro. And go ahead and check the graphics settings. And we're going to go smooth extreme. We want the highest frame rate possible on this phone. Turn off anti-aliasing and auto adjust graphics. There we go. And I gotta say, you know, the phone definitely offers a very immersive audio experience, and the bezels aren't too big, and I think it's a really good look on this RedMagic 6 Pro. Let's get started. And it's time for the classic Frankie Tech swim test. Just keep swimming, woo! Oh yeah, swimming good. And at the plane jump, Adreno 660, super responsive, no hiccups whatsoever. Let's get down to the surface, get some guns, get some action. Alright, and we're walking around here now on the RedMagic 6 Pro. And let me just double check if the display's at max brightness. Looks a little bit dim, but seriously guys, the touch response on this, you know, it almost feels too responsive. I feel like when I move it around, I'm not used to that immediate response. But let's head towards the play zone now, and we're going to play for around 20 minutes. And so I'm going to speed up a little bit of the gaming here on this phone. Heard some gunfire over here. Let's see if we can get one kill during this gameplay on the RedMagic 6 Pro. No enemies so far, so we're off to the play zone, but let's keep walking. Okay guys, and we're on a jet ski now because the play zone is across this water here. There we go. Playing now for almost 15 minutes, and I see someone in the distance. Here we go. Come back here. There we go. Take that. Oh yeah, there we go. Booyah, first kill on the RedMagic 6 Pro with a really loud speaker here. The entire phone was shaking while I was shooting there. But the play zone is shrinking. Let's keep going. And you can hear the fan, guys. It's definitely getting loud. And we've been playing for nearly 15, almost 20 minutes now. So we'll be wrapping up soon. And then doing the second Antutu benchmark test after some extreme gaming here on the RedMagic 6 Pro. Let's see if we can get one last kill for the road here. Here we go. Take that. Oh my gosh. And you saw that. He got me. He was hiding in the bushes. Frankie Tech ended top 10. There's the dude who killed me. And so here we go, guys. 20 minutes into this test. Let's check the CPU monitor for this phone. 41 degrees, 39. Very impressive temperatures from this RedMagic 6 Pro. And measuring the external temp. Wow, so this one is not even breaking a sweat in this test. So after nearly 20 minutes of extreme PUBG on this phone, let's go ahead and test again Antutu benchmark number 2 on the RedMagic 6 Pro. Okay, test number 2, Antutu benchmark, and look at the results, 804,000. So even after 20 minutes of extreme PUBG, This phone is hanging in there. Checking the CPU monitor, 51 degrees. Finally passed the 50-degree mark. And the external temp, 44 degrees. And so let's go now to part 3 of this test, Genshin Impact at 60 FPS on the already very warm RedMagic 6 Pro. Here we go. And here are the settings, guys. 60 FPS, completely overclocked on this device. Let's check that we are max brightness. There we are. And I'm gonna say, guys, it's a little bit because it's a bright day here, but the display seems a little bit dark. But I do see some bad guys here, so let's go ahead and see if it remembers. Oh, it still remembers from the previous game when I set up the trigger buttons. Take that. Oh yeah, beautiful. And it's definitely starting to get very warm, and you know, maybe that's one of the benefits, guys, of using a plastic edge, because with this really hot game, this very nice metallic edge gets extremely hot. So yes, there's more of a premium feel to using metal, but let me tell you, when you're playing these extreme games and the phone gets as hot as it does, you are feeling that metal back, and it is pretty scorching right now. There's another bad guy. Here we go. Take that. Booyah! That was quick. And you know, many of you have asked me, am I concerned about the Snapdragon 888? Is the Snapdragon 888 a failed CPU? I wouldn't jump as far as to say it was failed, but there definitely are some characteristics to this chipset that I'm just noticing. You know, it runs hot, guys. It really does run hot. And even on a gaming phone, you're gonna feel the heat. I mean, this one has a fan built into it, and I'm still getting very high temperatures playing these games, and even a slightly dim display here on the RedMagic 6 Pro. So let's go ahead and teleport here to Mondstadt, and I'm going to do a little bit of flying here. That typically revs up the CPU quite a bit. Here we go. Flying around, you know, all these incredible renders, and all this stuff is rendering. There you saw a little stutter there, but you know, so far so good. The RedMagic 6 Pro, just like the Black Shark 4 Pro that I tested, these phones are designed to play games, and if you really are a hardcore gamer, then this is the only type of phone you should really consider, especially this year, guys, where the Snapdragon 888 is running into so many issues with overheating. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's starting to get a little unpleasant to use this phone without the case. I would totally keep the case on with this device because it's just getting too hot to hold. There we go, take that. Oh yeah, switch to amber. Oh man, it's getting hot, guys. It's getting really hot to hold. So much so that I'm thinking about putting on the case because it's becoming really unpleasant. And so if you're using this phone, guys, in a very warm country, you are definitely going to feel it. And it will be almost an essential to keep the case on this phone when you're doing hardcore gaming. The back is still really hot, but at least the edges now are more comfortable to use, and it doesn't feel as painful to hold this phone. But let's do it now. Let's check the CPU monitor of this phone to see how hot it truly is getting. 54 degrees, 51. So even at 55 degrees, this phone is getting uncomfortably warm to hold on the edges. And measuring the external temp, 46.1. Let's measure the back temperature of this phone. I want to see that. 43.8, 44.4. And let me tell you, if you touch this right now, you would say this is hot. And all of this is metal right here. So that is why, without the case, if you're doing hardcore gaming, you will definitely feel that. But now let's wrap up, guys, with the Antutu benchmark test number 3. I'll take off the case for now. And we're running low on battery soon too, so let's see if those factors come into play here in the third and final Antutu benchmark on this RedMagic 6 Pro. Here we go. And guys, you notice it there, shocking turn of events. The RedMagic 6 Pro failed the test there, so we're going to try one last time. But it could very well be the phone is just too hot to complete the test. So let's try one last time here on this phone. Oh my gosh, and there you saw it, guys. We finally reached the limit of this phone. Did you see the message? It said, high temperatures, we will kill benchmark. And so that proves, guys, even with the fan on, this RedMagic 6 Pro has reached the limits of how hot it can get. It will not go forward with benchmark number 3 And man, Frankie Tech, I'm just pushing these devices to their limits. Let's check the temperature of the phone. 56 degrees. I saw 58 there for a second. 48.1 degrees. Unbelievable, guys. And so officially we've reached the end of this test. We could not complete benchmark number 3. And even with a fan on, this RedMagic 6 Pro reached its limit of how much it could do after one Antutu benchmark, then 20 minutes of extreme Pubg Mobile, then the second benchmark, and then extreme 60 FPS Genshin Impact. It could not complete the third benchmark, which, let's face it, guys, if this phone couldn't do it, I don't think any other phone could even try to replicate this test. But I will definitely give it a shot with some other phones. If you wanted to see this hybrid Antutu and gaming review type of video for other phones, do let me know. But overall, guys, this phone is scorchingly hot. And, you know, despite having the fan, there is a limit to how hot a Snapdragon AAA phone can go, even with this RedMagic 6 Pro. But hit me up in the comments. Are you surprised how this phone did? Do you think it did better than expected? And overall, guys, as a gaming review, this phone did a solid job, of course, but just keep in mind, if you're in high temperatures, even a phone like this will get hot, and that metallic edge will become very uncomfortable to use in extreme gaming. But hit me up in the comments, I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up, and if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. And thanks once again to RedMagic for sending this one out. Definitely a great gaming phone to pick up. If you want the best cooling system in a gaming phone, look no further than this RedMagic 6 Pro. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech, signing off. Have a good one. Even gaming phones have their limits.